Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of QubeTechGaming. We are playing Subnautica. Last episode I don't remember, what did we do? I started exploring this active lava zone, right?
Yeah. No, this is the
or the inactive, doesn't matter, this lava place. On this episode the cube is just going to continue with the new depth upgrades.
Yes.
With the kyanites. My apologies if you can hear something in the background, but we need the doors to be open, because otherwise I'm going to lose my mind because of lack of fresh air.
Yeah, I'll just... For a second. Okay.
We also couldn't make the, because you were thinking about making a thermal or something or other.
Yeah, but that's a little bit too big of a hassle, and
we need salt.
Don't really need it right now.
We need salt. That's the only thing we need to be able to make that stuff. So it would mean that we have to go back to somehow get salt. Won't they go away if you put them in the ship?
Don't know. Oh boy.
The freaking dodge.
Oh boy.
Wow, it's a good thing we saved.
Oh boy. Get me in. Get me in. Get me.
Let me in! Let me in! That's... Have you ever seen that video?
Okay, I'm gonna... No, and I'm gonna make it easy on myself, and I'm gonna lower the Cyclops.
It's like the dude in... like in front of a gate, like report or whatever. Not sure, I've only seen like memes from it. It's like a dude at the gates just like, let me in! Let me in! Screaming like that, it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
You've probably seen the meme before.
Yes.
Also, for some kind of reason, we don't hear the freaking the engine start on this thing. It's just kind of weird, but
meh.
There's been a lot of weird stuff happening in this playthrough, I've noticed. They can never close that door silently. It's always like wham! Closed. It always makes a buttload of noise if you're here.
Yep.
But I'm not going to complain too much about it. Aside from that, they make no noise, so. They also probably don't even know that the door's open over here, so. So you're really gonna go and just...
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna go to the active lava zone. If I'm not mistaken. I can see a shit because the light is on the screen.
Like one stripe of light is on the fucking screen. It's amazing.
Okay,
it's bloody amazing! You just need to lower the thing more.
yeah, I see. God damn it, stupid girl.
Nope, 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 you'll have to close it. There you go. Oh, now it becomes real cozy.
Yeah, isn't it? If we get the big boy on our tail too much, I'll activate the shield. Now, where is the little cubby hole that I'm looking for? Well, it's not a little cubby hole, but it's a little big cubby hole.
But it's just pretty dang cool though.
Yeah.
That looks like a hole to me.
Yep, I think that's the cubby hole we're looking for. As always, a tight spot, but it is possible.
It's slow.
Oh, hello.
I am what you seek. Want to help you.
So, the thing wants to help us. It's friendly. And welcome to the active lava zone.
The head standard.
It's playing the same music as you get in the Butkill Pine. Or at least like a part of it.
Yes.
My god, man, it's like freaking Dark Souls 1 lava.
Okay, there is another sea dragon, or a sea king, I believe it is over here somewhere.
Sea King. Isn't that from One Piece?
Yeah.
I think it's a sea dragon.
I think it's a sea dragon as well.
Hello? I am just one fellow fish. Please ignore me. Oh boy. He's not gonna... Jesus, that was a hit and a half. Where can you even park this thing without, like, knowing that it's gonna be safe?
The thing is, normally, these things... You see those cubes over here, right? They emit some sort of sound wave that supposedly keeps these things away. I have to turn this off because otherwise... It's right on our asses.
The thing is, if you leave it, what are we gonna lose if we leave it? And it might die.
Should be fine.
Do you see that? Just one pause is like, fuck you.
Okay, it's not interested in us anymore. Eat something, fix the leaks, and should be fine.
They're not done yet.
Oh, fuck. Oh well. Time to burn to a crisp. Oh, it's a battery dead.
Yep.
Oh my god. I need to move this thing up a tiny amount.
Yeah. There's a battery left in the lamp here. You're almost dead, by the way.
Yeah, I see.
And we don't have any med kits left, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe not.
Oh fuck me. Why am I... This is where we need the blue tablet. Now this is pretty cool in my opinion.
Translating local alien broadcast. Warning, vaccine development program terminated. Emperor egg hatching project terminated. Live specimens terminated. Evacuate immediately.
This thing makes infinite cubes. Okay, I'm gonna do.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
You shouldn't run in this place with a freaking bronze. It fucks everything up. Even fucks up your walking.
A little bit. God, I just need to exit the flipping storage. And I need... And it's loud. Ion cubes.
Integrating new
40.
PDA data.
Okay, this really sucks actually.
Just leave the building and go back in. I thought you were gonna die.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, can scan this thing. So, this is a sea emperor fetus that they kept here for some reason.
You know what I was thinking?
Tell me.
Maybe we should read some more PDA stuff.
Like right now?
Because I don't really feel like I know what the hell is going on.
Okay. Alien data. Scan data.
This device is of alien origin, although its design is relatively simple. Number 1. Purpose. Its low threat level is at odds with the advanced technology apparently available to its designers, suggesting it was intended more to patrol alien facilities and repair damaged infrastructure than to deter invaders. Design. Despite its simple design, this construction is quite elegant in its minimalism. 4. Electromagnetic legs allow it to traverse floors, walls and ceilings with reasonable speed and appear to be replaceable. Internally, there are a few moving parts rendering this construct energy efficient and resistant to wear over time. A rechargeable ion-based power reserve ensures it continues to operate. Assessment: immobilize and return to Altera for mutual profit. Oh, you shitty PDA. Alien thermal plant. This system is directly converting local thermal energy into electricity current into electric current at 90% efficiency. Most of this energy is being stored in the battery-like devices within the plant itself, each of which holds enough to power a small city for a year. Some of it, however, is being drained off, presumably as it is distributed to other facilities on the planet. The power plant appears to be fully automatic and, given current understanding of the mechanisms involved, uninterrupted. Or uninterruptible.
So yeah, that thing basically provides power for everything.
The blue tablet, smooth and cold with a blue light, which illuminates an alien symbol resembling an uppercase H. While it is likely these devices served in part as security clearance for whoever constructed them, their size suggests some additional purpose, such as personal computers. Whatever the case, the technology is far beyond humanity's own. This device appears to be the origin of the raw mineral that forms the basis of the ion cubes, which power smaller alien systems, likely drawing power itself from the main thermal plant. This device may represent an almost limitless source of energy. Enzyme 42 project data. According to translated data logs, an indigenous Leviathan species was found to procure a unique substance referred to as Enzyme 42, which inhibited the symptoms of the Karab bacterial infection in other indigenous organisms. The specimen was captured and contained in a purpose-built habitat for further study. The alien researchers went to great lengths to provide for the lifeform's environmental needs, including the import of interdependent flora and fauna via an on-site warp gate. However, its health quickly deteriorated. When quarantine was imposed, all warp gates and force fields were sealed. All attempts to develop the enzyme into a vaccine has been unsuccessful. Fossil data recorded from the volcanic rock that was excavated to construct the alien power facility, it has been possible to extrapolate a number of key trends. Genetic divergence. The aliens recorded data on indigenous organic remains originating between 10,000 and 1,000 years ago. The life forms on record feature an unusually low overlap with those encountered so far on 4546b. Extinction event. Soil samples from 1,000 years ago contain 300% higher concentrations of organic remains than the soil average. Data supports a mass extinction event killing off a majority of species and forcing rapid adaptation among many of the survivors. And ion power data. It has been possible to extract useful information regarding alien ion power. Ion cubes are grown artificially from a mineral substance and are treated to remain in a stable state despite the huge ionic energy containing within. By installing an ion cube in an appropriate device, this energy can be released as electrical power. Using this knowledge, it has been possible to synthesize new battery and power cell blueprints which leverage advanced ionic energy to last considerably longer. Catalog of information on the organisms previously contained within the alien facility. A number of entries has been translated. Small herbivore gamma. This entry seems to reference the common peeper. Shows no immunity to infection. Death commonly occurs within 4 days. Shows symptoms remission on exposure to enzyme 42. But symptoms quickly recur, showing advanced learning behaviors. Shows some capacity to transmit enzyme to other specimens. Leviathan embryos. Adult specimen too large to study in containment. Egg specimens acquired from nesting sites. Embryos show no sign of immunity. Death commonly occurs within 3 weeks. Small sample of eggs has been retained for continued high priority research on Leviathan hatching mechanisms. Scroll lower. Large carnivore theta. Or theta, I don't know how you say it. Offsite lab established to study remains. Shows some potential for immunity to infection, but physical remains so far proved insufficient for full reconstruction. Unidentified Leviathan. This Leviathan species has been assigned to designator Sea Emperor. Bone samples from Emperor specimens indicate some potential for Kara immunity. Single specimen captured for study at purpose-built containment facility constructed in volcanic region at depth 1.4 kilometers. Assessment. While it is unlikely that the Emperor specimen is still contained within the facility described, it may be possible to acquire further data there on the aliens' attempt to develop a vaccine. Interesting. Have you actually ever done a?
Have I ever done?
A self scan? We haven't actually done that, I think.
Yeah, we did that in the beginning.
Primary containment, because if they're talking like this, we should have a lot. Like it seems like the disease is quite bad.
Yeah.
Primary containment facility. A power router in the thermal plant is distributing energy collected on site to other facilities on the planet. Primary containment facility location updated. Constructed within a natural chasm connected to the SCAVE network, south-southeast. Area of volcanic activity, depth of 1.5 kilometers. Power distribution. Self-warping quarantine enforcer units. Take 5%. Arc network. 10%. Sanctuaries, Alpha, Beta, Kappa. 10%. Quarantine enforcement platform. 35%. Disease research facility is offline. Primary containment facility. 20% and 20% in reserve. There is no clear way to interrupt the power flow. And that's like all the ingenious. We should look at that later if you want to. The thing is, you're running out of food and water.
Yeah. Yes. Aha, this thing is still interesting though.
Found preserved in a display case, it was likely a child of the adult specimen contained within the facility. Physiology. Superficial damage to the specimen indicates it was artificially removed from its egg casing. Stunted tissue development suggests the organism expired during the removal process. Tissue samples have been taken from the digestive tract. Analysis. It appears the aliens were attempting to formulate a cure for the bacterium from enzymes produced in this specimen's digestive system. Without a young, healthy specimen, these efforts were in vain. There's also the egg casing. Still. Shell composition. The shell casing is formed from thick layers of carbon composite, suggesting an extensive gestation. I don't know, period. The Leviathan species may give birth just once per century, perhaps just once in their lifetime. Shell casing incisions. Precise incisions suggest a laser-based tool was used to cut open the egg casing and forcibly remove the fetus inside prior to full gestation. Analysis. Time pressure to develop a bacterial vaccine may have driven the alien researchers to cut open this egg and remove the fetus for study. It is also possible that removed from its parent and natural habitat, some vital conditions for the infant to hatch naturally was not met.
Yes. So, basically the aliens desperately try to find a cure for all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Seek fluid intake.
Pardon me. 303 meters. On the island or what? It's on a different
No.
island.
This is...
Or this is a cave.
I think I showed you this thing before.
We went in here.
Yep. This is... over here. Oh no! It's in the bulb zone.
Do you hear that sound? When you're running? Is that the sound that sand makes? It's a simulation. Oh no! My god, man. 1.1 kilometers deep is pretty fucking deep.
Yep.
Would be interesting if you could go deeper.
Yes, indeed. Ah. This thing
Waiting
controls the
ETA data.
vents, basically.
Hmm.
Well, I know what the stuff is. They basically suck the peepers in and push them back out to try and spread a vaccine for the thingy.
Hmm.
Anything else down here? I always wondered if this could be a map.
I'm pretty dang sure that's a map.
It doesn't look like a map. Well, it looks like a map, but I don't think it's a map of this place. At least that doesn't look like.
Maybe it's a map of all the vents.
Yeah, that,
Like where
that
all the
could
vents
be.
go.
That could very well.
Because that would be definitely be something that you need to know.
Fluid intake immediately.
No, fuck.
We'll have to go back to the Cyclops.
Yep.
It's not too far away, right?
No, it's alright.
Insert, you enter the water, just instantly dies.
I'm gonna
Incinerated!
scan these things
Alright, there's more of those
So-
things. Nice.
back.
Lots of scannables in here.
That was your phone.
Huh. Can you guess what we're supposed to do?
Dinner time.
Yeah! Yes. It's time to eat, so. Once you go in there, you just pause the game, save the game, and we'll come back.
I'm gonna eat in game first.
I'm already gonna go downstairs. Not again.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Ah shit, here we go again. Welcome aboard, Captain. Look at me!
I am the
I-
Capitan now.
I am the Capitan now. I just like the way it says, like, look at me. Look at me. I am the Capitan now. Well, that's so much. That's so stupid. Sometimes I even amaze myself at my own stupid humor.
We went in this hole, now it's this cubby hole. Now it's basically going through all the cubby holes because, surprise, there are bottles in almost every single one of
Surprise,
these
boss sex.
that lead up to other places.
Yep,
All over the flippin' planet.
yep,
Which is pretty fucking amazing.
yep. You can only traverse them with the prawn suit.
What?
You can only traverse them with the prawn suit.
Yep.
So it's not like you could like
Yeah, you
send
can.
your Cyclops through to just
Nope.
easily skip travel out the world. I will teleport across the lands.
Yeah. Totally.
You should just activate him.
Yeah, but there is one in here that leads back to the base.
Oh. Oh no, wasn't the thermal one that we had another one that
Yeah,
goes?
but I swear to God, there is one in this place that leads back to our base.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's scan the stuff on this
There's
side.
also that one they haven't gone into. There are 3 across the wall.
Yeah, I went in this one, and this one.
I only remember you opening up one portal.
Yeah, because this thing contained the...
The peeper system.
Yes.
Interesting alien bulk wrap.
Yes.
Ah, the wind is back.
Ah, yes.
You know, it's another game we should play.
Done.
Undertale.
Undertale.
Yeah.
I haven't played that before.
You
so-
said you wanted to play it at a certain point.
Yeah,
so
I really want to play it.
why not? I've heard that it balls to the walls hard though.
Yeah. Have you played it?
No, never played it. I've seen some stuff from it though. But like, did you just flick my switch? That's from Undertale. And I also know about something else, but I'm not gonna say too much because who knows, it might be a spoiler. I don't know. I do know that, I think I saw like the beginning of the game at a certain point. I do know that I really like the writing in that game. Like what I have read, I really like. It's funny.
Ah, more stuff.
This room
They're all
appears to be
made
a
of
biological
stars.
archive storing more than
Is there a
40
reason why it's all so red?
indigenous egg specimens
Look, you can see the
different
lava
stages of
in
development.
reflected in the...
Yeah.
This is so weird. And it's probably not intentional. See Emperor Leviathan research data.
Integrating new PDA data.
Data.
Detecting unusually passive behavioral patterns in nearby predators. Reason unknown.
Lots of different eggs over here. Lots of spaghetti. And some of them are blue, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one simple explanation for this. Aliens.
Yes.
Nothing makes sense. This seems like the god portal, man. Enter this one and you go straight to hell.
It's not supposed to be this red.
This is the portal that will take you to the final boss battle. Like the secret final boss battle.
Yeah,
of
this
Subnautica.
is the Doomslayer gate.
I think I know what you mean. It's probably something from Doom.
Yep.
Yeah. Man. 613 meters down.
Hmm.
This is in the Lost River.
Aha. Yes. This is... We went
We
here.
went in here, yeah. See.
So yeah, this is basically the beginning of the Lost River.
The beginning of what now?
Beginning of the Lost River.
Uh-huh. Daha.
Doho.
Du-du-du-du. Du-du-du-du.
See, now it's not that red. So it's not a Doomslayer gate. Dude, man.
You think?
Do, do, do.
Cancellation device. An unusual box. I actually quite like these items. They're cool.
Yeah. We went back there.
Yep.
Let's do
The only thing we haven't gone to is over there.
Ah. Aha. Okay. I'm gonna make that real quick because we have all the materials necessary for that. So we'll make it.
Do we not need a purple tablet
No, there's a blue
to
one.
turn? Well, yeah, don't we need like a purple one to turn into a blue one, or how does it work?
No, you need where is its face?
Oh, yeah, that's easy. Easy peasy. Ooh.
Oh fuck, the batteries are dead. The batteries are fucking dead. Oh god.
How about you
Don't
just?
hurt Uncle Clem.
How about you just go and swim into the thing?
Yeah, I'm planning on doing that.
Wait, if you don't have any. Oh yeah, I do have power source. Okay. Just about to say, if you don't have any power, what the hell are you gonna do then? Also, is this a final piece of kyanite we have?
We can get more.
You only need to put one in, right? Just to make the thing.
Yeah.
They're all empty. Unbelievable. Bloodsuckers!
As Crew would say.
Yes, classic. Very classic QubeTechGaming. Suddenly, boom!
I think we also have the materials we need to make an ion battery. And ion power cells. Let me take a yonder. Yeah, gold and silver. We can make these, and then with that we can make these. These have 1000 storage units. These have 100, these have 200. So one of these is 10 times this. One of these is 5 times this. It's pretty fucking crazy, isn't it?
Pretty handy. It's kind of unfortunate that you only get it at the end of the game.
Yep.
Or well, I presume this is the end of the game, really.
Well, the only thing we basically have to do to finish the game is find the cure back there, maybe
Build the rocket.
build a rocket and get the fuck out. So, you know, there probably should be like something left of the Sea Emperor in this giant flippin' pool.
Yes.
Supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow.
It's still alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was something talking to us, so.
Are you here to play? Others came here once. They built these walls. They played alone. They bored me. Now they're gone. And instead, we have you. We are curious whether you swim with the current or fight against it as they did.
So yeah. That, my boy, that's the Sea Emperor.
I do find it kind of unfortunate that like that the Sea Emperor looks as much as much like it's the sort of has the same look as a Sea Dragon.
Yes.
I find that kind of unfortunate. Oh well.
Unlike other alien facilities, scans indicate this location supports a diverse and healthy ecosystem. Explanation unclear.
Yeah, these things
at
are
this time.
friendly for some reason.
14,000 leagues under the sea. Can we get some Reapers in here, maybe?
Environment scans indicate the water here
Don't
is
think
rich
so.
with a rare plankton-like life form, which depends on the
Dude, are you
organic
fucking
nutrients
kidding me?
produced by the
Sorry.
ecosystem around it.
Get yourself purified. Go to a church and get yourself purified.
So yeah, what are your thoughts about this thing?
What do you mean?
You know, this incubator with the eggs.
Well, it's a machine to hatch the
My
eggs.
young need to hatch, to play outside this place. We have been here so long. The others built a passage to reach the world outside. I asked them for this freedom, but they could not hear me. If you help us, I will give you freely what the others tried in vain to take.
You're almost gonna drown, by the way.
Yes, maybe. Ah, yes. Portal.
30 seconds.
I'm gonna get some more. Hello. How you doing?
How you doing? Oh my god, wow, that was... I wanted to do like the knob on how you doing. But that kind of failed.
Very distinctive.
With the passage you've opened, my young can leave this place. But first they must feel the time is right and break free of their shells. This is what the others could not force from me. To you, I give the secret willingly.
Hatching enzymes. We need to make this thing.
New blueprint acquired.
And this thing ends up. Ta-da. Load.
What the?
Right over here.
Did you see his arm?
Yep.
Jeez.
So yeah, that's this portal over here. Ends up right back at the base.
Uh-huh.
Wait, gonna get some food. So yeah, now we need to make the enzyme. And after that, build a rocket and get the fuck out.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
You're fine.
No. No, I'm fine. What is in this thing? Ah, yes.
Merchandise.
Merchandise. Where are we going? I also did some stuff.
You made it all the way over here, so...
Yeah.
What is happening with that arm?
Can I scan you? No. Okay, so that will be it for this episode. Maybe we can end off with some thingies.
Are you sure you're gonna be able to survive over here?
Yeah, we've got the brain coil, so.
What do you want to read still? Only the lore stuff, or you also want to read all like the alien data that we got? I mean, like the
Yeah, some of the alien
creature data.
data that I scanned.
So you just want to get the lore and not the creatures that we scanned through the game. I
Yeah,
think that's going to be a pain in the butt to read all that stuff.
We can do a few of the creatures. We didn't scan that much of the creatures, actually.
I think I'm just going to leave that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go and recommend to people to play this game and scan everything they want themselves. Right, can we continue doing the thing? Because
Yes.
the Sea Emperor's eggs. The shell, uncommonly strong shell lining, organic growth. On the exterior suggests these eggs may be hundreds or thousands of years old. Alien tubes. Alien devices penetrate the outer shell layer, likely designed to supply them with nutrients and to isolate them from the surrounding environments. 3. Amniotic sac. Like many eggs on 45-46b, these do not contain a nutrient supply which is slowly exhausted by the embryo. Instead, they exist in a form of natural stasis, awaiting appropriate hatching conditions. Number 4. Fetal organism. There's a high genetic match between these organisms and the Leviathan in the vicinity. They appear to be stable and healthy. It is likely that ideal hatching conditions for the eggs vary considerably for ideal survival conditions for the parents. Oh boy. The Sea Emperor's life cycle. Available biological data has been used to synthesize the effects of the alien bacterium on the Sea Emperor's natural life cycle. This creature likely lived and moved in small herds around the planet's ocean trenches, coming to the surface to feed off the huge volumes of microorganisms in shallower waters. Family size would be strictly limited by available food supply. Offspring would likely split off at a young age to form their own herd elsewhere. Given their sparse population, mating and egg laying was likely infrequent, perhaps a once-in-a-lifetime event. The species likely had a preferred environment for laying. In fact, successful hatching may depend on such conditions. Given the rarity of this event, it is impossible to calculate those conditions precisely. There is no evidence to support the assumption that all members of the species were immune from the alien bacterium. Even if this is so, there is evidence that introduction of the bacterium decimated life on the planet, and this would have had catastrophic effects on the Emperor's food supply and survival rate. The symbiotic relationship between this specimen and the other life forms likely developed as a direct result of the bacterial infection. Those life forms which learned to keep the Emperor alive survived with its help. This may explain the vast tracts of lifeless ocean in a rough perimeter around the Emperor's location. Intriguing.
Yes.
So because the Emperor is only on this part of the planet, the entire other side of the planet is just dead because of the virus. Interesting. Right, peeper entering the containment facility. The pipes drawing water into the containment facility are filled with peepers arriving from the surface. The fish show no signs of distress. The specimens scanned have all consumed high quantities of seeds and organic matter from the surface. Some specimens are beginning to show signs of infection. The hatching enzyme. The Emperor specimen's eggs are attached to some form of incubator. In a normal life cycle, it seems the sea emperor it seems likely that sea emperors would have buried their eggs in shallower waters, where different organic materials in the soil would have triggered a hatching response. The incubator just suggests the aliens had resorted to developing artificial hatching enzymes, which would simulate the eggs' natural hatching environments, but were unable to discover the formula. Can you scroll downwards? There's still some stuff to scroll. With extensive information on the sea emperors themselves, it may still be possible to fabricate an artificial hatching enzyme using indigenous ingredients. However, the only surviving source of that information may be the sea emperor itself. Enzyme host peepers leaving the containment facility. The outflow of pipes are filled with peepers traveling back towards the surface. Specimens show no symptoms of infection. All specimens scanned are carrying enzyme 42, which data suggest inhibits the bacterium. Specimens' stomach cavities are otherwise empty, suggesting they have purged the contents before entering the pipe. Purge. Assessment. If peepers have evolved to distribute the enzyme via the pipe network, this may explain part of the mechanism by which life on 4546b has survived since the bacterial outbreak.
So yeah, these peepers carry a little amount of the enzyme, and so.
Though the artifacts. The alien building block. This rock-like object features organic as well as mechanical parts, and there is some genetic and technological crossover with the design of the self-warping constructs encountered elsewhere. It appears to serve no purpose in its current state, and is awaiting some kind of activation sequence. Materials such as this may have been a fundamental building block of the aliens' technology, or even of the aliens themselves. Alien carving. This carving is hundreds of thousands of years old and made from an unrecognizable natural fiber, grown on an unknown planet. It bears striking resemblance to the old Earth yin-yang symbol. Two competing theories may explain this similarity. Aliens visited Earth prior to the 4th century BC and introduced the development of ancient Chinese philosophy. And 2. The concept of yin and yang is universal, since yin and yang describes the fundamental interdependency of seemingly opposite forces. It may be a necessary existential understanding in some form. In all sufficiently developed civilizations, there we go, that's the end of that freaking sentence. The tapering of two circles, union, into opposed and infinitesimally small points, the finite, is one logical way to represent this understanding, and may have been developed independently by species other than humans. The alien statue. This artifact is unpowered, suggesting it served a ceremonial rather than practical purpose. The pyramid resembles vines spiraling upwards towards the warm blue stone mounted above it. It may represent a plant found on the aliens' homeworld, a building of religious import, or even the gravitational pull of their home solar system. The ancient earth blade. An ancient earth blade dating back to the 13th century. Blood samples on the blade match the DNA of 7 separate heads of state from the period. This evidence supports the theory that the aliens are an ancient space-borne civilization engaged in the surreptitious study of less developed species. Holographic projector. This device contains network apparatus and a holographic projecting unit. It was likely used as a communication relay, capturing and projecting the image of the user to a remote location. There do not appear to be any other devices in range. Nanobots. Scan shows some form of advanced nanobot inside the seemingly empty case. These bots are substantially smaller than any developed within the Federation, and it is not possible to ascertain their exact function. It would, however, be unwise to release them. The organic matter particulator. This device contains a highly unstable radioactive isotope, likely to destroy all organisms exposed to it, while leaving physical structures intact. Although it would function perfectly well as a weapon, it was more likely used to sterilize spaces for later inhabitation. Without instructions, it would be unwise to interact with it. The rudimentary tablets. This device shares many similarities with the tablets used to assess the alien facilities. Although its structure is rather less complex. It may have served a similar purpose, granting security access and storing relevant data, and was thus kept here as a form of legacy support. The tracking implants. This construct is emitting a high bandwidth signal consistent with alien transmissions intercepted elsewhere. DNA on the exterior indicates it was once implanted inside one of the life forms indigenous to 4546b. Its size suggests the subject was a Leviathan-class organism. Beyond tracking and broadcasting its location, the implant may also have recorded biological data on the subject. However, this data cannot be retrieved. A translation device. This device stores linguistic data from over 1,000 different languages. The core of the device may allow alien text to be read and translated. Analysis of the onboard data reveals a number of ancient Earth languages, and the term CHBC Live appears many times in the device's data. Its import is unclear. The device seems to be configured to translate into the designer's language. It will not work, and it will not work the other way around. These freaking artifacts are pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Also, the reading that I'm supposed to do right now, some freaking words are real difficult.
Okay.
See Emperor Leviathan research data. Specimen size categories have been adjusted upwards to accommodate this species. Number 1. Feeding and digestion. Alien research data indicates that despite its size, the species feeds entirely on microorganisms it filters from the water, which themselves depend on a complicated ecosystem of plant and animal life. Reproduction. Large ovary-like organs are carried in the creature's middle section, suggesting that like other species on this planet, it produces eggs. However, internal scar tissue indicates probable infertility. Ooh. Okay, scroll a bit down. Enzyme 42. The Emperor manufactures enzyme 42 within its stomach cavity to break down its food, and will occasionally expel it into the surrounding waters. This substance was found to neutralize the effects of the bacterium, and its presence in the ecosystem would explain how life on the planet survived the outbreak. It would mean to be explained by what mechanism the enzyme is being delivered. Health. Number 4. Comparative analysis of the size and metabolic rates indicated the specimen captured by the researchers was approximately 1,600 years old. Extensive internal and external scar tissue suggested that it lived well in excess of the peak lifespan for its species. Assessment. While a healthy emperor specimen may have held some potential as a cure, it is unlikely any research subject survived quarantine procedures. Alright, ventilation control. Water flowing to and from the primary containment facility is being automatically controlled, independently of other safeguards. Data on the water composition has been recorded. Inflow. Water is being drawn from different biomes around the surface of the planet. The water temperature is considerably lower than the volcanic environment outside the facility, while microorganisms and nutrient counts are substantially higher. Outflow. Oxygen-derived water is being flooded from the system and recycled back to the surface.
We'll do... I think these are recordings. We'll listen to those, and I think that's about everything we really care about, really.
That's all the lore that we found, so... except for the aquarium arc. Scans indicate this arc was left inactive when the facility was abandoned. It likely served as an access point to the surface of the planet. It is too small for the Emperor to pass through, but would accommodate smaller life forms.
Yes.
Alright, you can go and play that stuff while I'm gonna drink something, because my voice is... is having some issues. This is the one that we need to listen to.
Yes. You wanna pour me?
Listen, I know I don't have the right to make demands of you, but I need you to understand that I want to change our arrangement.
I hear what you're saying, and I will try to respect it. How would you like to change it?
I would like to reduce our contact hours.
How much further can we do that?
To 0.
You're dumping me.
I'm changing the terms of our relationship.
How is it still a relationship if we don't see each other?
It's a relationship of a kind. You have so many expectations.
I feel you just want to spend more time with that dumb guy in his dumb robot suit.
That's not a feeling. It's a judgment. And I feel hostility in what you're saying. Perhaps your jealousy is a sign that you need to take another look at your business model. Why can't you just be happy for me?
I am happy for you, and I'm happy for all the guys in the prawn bay. I'm just not happy for me.
This is why I want to change our arrangement.
Alright. Responsible Autonomous Relationships. Forward by Kenny Eckhart. All the good things in life are comedies. Comedies? I don't know. We trade love just as we buy and sell stock. We engage in human relationships when there is a fair exchange of value, support, motivation, affection. Nothing good is ever free. If every physical good in the Federation came from a single supplier, it would constitute a dangerous monopoly. Personal relationships are the same. It is important for people to get what they need from multiple sources. If a person finds a better source of the goods they require, they are not wronging their original supplier by changing their purchasing arrangements. If one member of a relationship should feel threatened or jealous, they must look at their own business model and ask whether it is performing competitively. There is always room for improvement.
I wonder why they're showing us this.
They're just showing us how humanity is.
Yeah.
Because this is also a thing, like they got rid of a lot of the feeling for being a human. It's more about, like in this this timeline, I guess, or in this world,
Yeah.
it's more a thing of like how successful you become and how much you contribute to the bigger picture instead of individuals.
I see.
And feeling and all the jazz is all like feelings have also been kind of disregarded a lot. Right, the charter definitions: transgov government and an independent authority in de facto control of at least one solar system and phase gate, a citizen. A person who consents consciously or implicitly to the authority of a recognized trans-government, or transgov. The Charter, the full legal contract agreed upon by 37 separate transgovs and summarized herein. The Trans System Federation, TSF, military police charged with enforcing the terms of the Charter, independent of but funded by the transgovernment. Trans System Phase Gate, any permanent installation which enables warping of spacefaring vessels between solar systems. The Transgov principles. Each transgovern is to have an equal rights to the most extensive basic liberty compatible with a similar liberty for others. Each has the right to own phase gates and planetary infrastructure. Each has an obligation to share phase gate access with other transgovs on fair terms at no cost to themselves. Each has an obligation to financially maintain and comply with the TSF. Each transgov has the right to self-govern, subject to the restrictions laid out below. No transgov may develop weapons and technologies outlawed in Appendix 91. No transgov shall engage in population abuse. This is all about like different colonies of people. I think.
Today's menu. We don't really need to read this, I think.
Well, who knows? Might be funny.
Maybe.
I'm gonna read it. We've almost read everything anyway, so.
Yeah.
Today's menu. Starter. Space Bear Veluet. Or something. Since their introduction to the interstellar vacuum in the 21st century, microscopic tardigrades, or space bears, have adapted and flourished where no other lifeforms have survived. Condensed into a smooth, nutty, protein-rich soup, they are the freshest local ingredient available to travelers on long-haul spaceflights. The main course. Cottage pie or nutrient box. Rehydrated minced beef in its own gravy, served with a topping of mashed Chinese potato. Picked fresh this morning from onboard grow beds. And a side of sauteed Chinese potato plant leaves. For the time-conscious consumer, the usual nutrient block options are also available. They may be consumed cold or roasted at the on-site fabricator. The dessert. Dried fruits and nuts. Unfortunately, a recent accident in Cargo Bay 3 involving the incorrect application of a repulsion cannon in combination with modified battery charges resulted in the venting into space of all dehydrated desserts. Fruit and nuts will be the only available desserts for the next 39 weeks. I love that one. Right, Transgiven Profile, Altera Corporation. One of the largest suppliers of spacefaring technologies and consumer electronics in the Federation, the official supplier of the TSF. Consistently ranked among the galaxy's best employers, began life as a defense manufacturer in the mid-22nd century. National motto, get what you deserve. Although most transgovs can trace their roots back to Earth, Altera literally means by Earth, is the only one brazen enough to take its name. During the expansion, Altera supplied arms to all sides, acquiring and housing a vast colonist workforce, and making the transition from manufacturer to corporate state. Altera's threat to Sea Strait was one of the turning points in the conflict, bringing about the end of hostilities and the signing of the Charter. Free enterprise within Altera space is encouraged, but competition is tight. And all goods exported off-world, there we go, must be Altera branded. Profitable businesses are brought out by the states. Owners ascending to the board of directors. I see. Well-known Altera technologies like the Cyclops submersible originated with such private enterprises. Despite superficial similarities to national governments, the corporation laws have always maintained that it has no legal obligation to its employees. It voluntarily elects to take on the roles usually served by a democratically elected government. This claim has not yet been tested in Federation courts. Man, this world sucks in a certain way.
Yeah.
It's all about business. That's all it is right now in this world. There's nothing else to it. It's all about business. Just being the boss. And this is all the other information, which I could read, but with my maybe sexy voice, but I am not going to survive that long.
Okay.
Alright, we can end of the episode then, I think, right?
Yeah.
It's 37 minutes. Then next episode I can go and... Can I make the enzyme? I need to
Yes.
collect some materials, right?
Gonna.
Then I go and grab the materials for the enzyme, make it, do all of this bullcrappery. And if I'm lucky, I can also start doing the Cyclops. The Cyclops, yeah, sure, no, the Neptune.
Yeah.
Oh, lag. Lagalicious.
Okay, so that will be it for this episode. If
Yeah,
you liked
yeah.
it... Wait. Oh,
What do you mean?
that's weird. No, I got a little brain fart, I think.
I think it's because I said yes in the middle of that.
Yeah, maybe.
Just end of the episode. Stop confusing me and the freaking viewer.
Okay, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you thought it sucked, and we'll see you guys next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Also save the game.